begin.
When you think of the Gundam universe and storytelling, one of the first things that come to mind is war and conflict. Almost every Gundam timeline revolves around the ideologies of war, or the urgent prevention of war, and the effects or conclusion of it. We have the 1 Year War, Second Neo Zeon War, Third Neo Zeon War, First and Second Alliance Plant War, Martian Independence Movement, Colonial Independence Movement, just to name a few. And with great conflict comes phenomenal military technology and weapons. Every side, every faction are trying to create something faster, stronger, and deadlier to tip the conflict in their favor. While we have seen some incredible mobile suits and lethal weapon systems in the Gundam franchise, we've also seen some very weak, frail, and feeble weapon systems. These are the machines that would most likely get you killed if you were to pilot them. This video is all about Gundam weapon systems that are the riskiest to pilot and with the lowest expected survival rate. Coming up first is the RGE B790 Genoace. If you think you'd enjoyed a losing streak of 15 years, then this might be the mobile suit for you to jump right into. Representing the Earth Federation forces in Gundam Age, the Genoace is as bland and pathetic as it gets. The rudimentary and elementary design is also met with lackluster weapon systems. Just a gun, a shield, and a heat stick. Yes, an actual stick exalting heat at the tip. And, keep in mind, the weapon systems can't even damage their main rivals, the Vagan. Trying to desperately fight way above its weight class, the Genoace's main gun and heat sticks were too weak to even damage or destroy Vagan mobile suits. It's like hunting rhinos with a Nerf gun. By the time the Genoace were later properly equipped with the Dodds gun, hundreds of them have already been lost. Scoring literally 0 kills in 15 years, the Genoace's base model, a construction mobile suit, CMS 328 Desperado, had a higher kill count in Gundam Age. Second on the list is none other than the RB-79 Mobile Ball Pod. This little, mobile, floating weapon system had some pretty good advantages. 1. It was cheap to produce, about a fourth of the cost of a mobile suit. 2. You could produce a lot of it in a short amount of time. And 3. It was very quick and agile compared to the foes it frequently encountered. However, all the advantages came at an abundant cost. Given the nickname Mobile Coffin by Federation pilots, these thinly armored balls were notoriously weak. The early models lacked sufficient firepower because it only carried one 180mm low recoil cannon. Although later models did improve during the 1 Year War, it simply could not extend the pilot's survival expectancy to reasonable favors. In fact, during the final events of the 1 Year War, thousands of mobile ball pods were deployed by the Federation during Operation One Star. Their participation contributed to overwhelming Zeon forces, but hundreds of ball pods were lost and destroyed. Third on our list is the Oz-06MS Leo. Not known for any spectacular or excessive performance in combat, this mass-produced mobile suit was a staple in the Oz military. Although it was a very simple weapon system, it did come with a variety of models such as a cannon type, a space type, and a reconnaissance type. The Leo was also afforded a selection of weapons such as a beam saber, a 105mm rifle, beam rifle, and could even mount a shield. There aren't any official performance or survival statistics for the Leo. However, just watching the Leo in action in the Gundam Wing series can give you an idea of how fragile and delicate these mobile suits can be, especially when the Leo is stacked up against the extremely overpowered Gundams. These machines get tossed around like an orange in a tin lunchbox. It doesn't seem that the Leo can take a proper beating and looks like they were constructed out of paper, just getting ripped and torn to shreds with ease. If you unfortunately had to pilot a Leo and see something like this, or this, just run. And finally, let's look at the MSJ-04 Fanton and its later successor, the MSJ-06 Tieren ground type. The Fanton was a ground-type only mobile suit used by the Human Reform League in Gundam 00. At the time of the model's release, it was considered very large and heavy. The machine boasted thick armor which were impervious to conventional weapons such as tanks or fighter jets. Although the Fanton lacked fast mobility, this gas guzzler had respectable armaments such as a 155mm gun, a carbon spear, and a shield. Much like its predecessor, the Tieren ground type was held in high regards during the initial release, and much like the Fanton, the Tieren was also heavy and bulky. What it also lacked in mobility, the Tieren made up with heavy firepower and thick armor. However, both these machines quickly became antiquated at the introduction of Celestial Being. Either being powered by fossil fuel or battery, these ancient relics were no match for Celestial Being. And with the introduction of a more modern GNX 603T, these machines quickly retired. Before, conventional weapons wouldn't even come close to disabling a Fanton or Tieren. However, now with the inception of beam weapons, their armor advantages are completely nullified. Beam weapons can now easily slice through their armor like a knife through hot butter. Farther, these two mobile suits are strictly ground machines and cannot engage aerial mobile suits effectively. They simply do not have the power output like a GN-powered GNX to be quick and fast. So, combined with poor offensive options in a modern battlefield and a very limited mobility, these two mobile suits are just walking targets begging to be destroyed. To drive home the advantages of beam weapons against antiquated armor, we see Celestial Being destroying 4 Fantons with ease, and just in under 30 seconds. Just before we finish this video, some notable mentions are the AUS-06 AMS Aries. You know it's bad when your combat performance is on par with your brother Leo. You know it's even worse as an aerial mobile suit when a Leo can outperform you with just a jetpack. The JDG-009X Death Army. If you happen to pilot one of the Death Army, then you're most likely already dead and just brought back as a zombie pilot. Oh, you'll later get beaten by a Kung Fu master who just spins his way to an instant kill count of hundreds in mere seconds. The RCX-7602 Guncannon First Type, Iron Cavalry Squadron. If you've seen Mobile Suit Gundam Origins, you would know that none of the pilots and their mobile suits in the Iron Cavalry Squadron survived their first battle. Not only were these pilots bested by skill, but the difference in performance between the Zakus and Guncannons were tremendously lopsided. GF13066NO Nether Gundam. Representing the wacky Gundam designs from G Gundam, the Nether Gundam only won fights when their opponents failed to realize that they were even participating. Utilizing its windmill camouflage, this mobile suit was far inferior to all his counterparts and lost every one-on-one match. Well, that's all I have for now. I know I have missed a few in this video, so please share your thoughts on a mobile suit or weapon system you wouldn't climb in and fight in. As always, thank you for watching. More videos to come as long as my work permits it. See you all next time. Peace out.